What's going on, everybody? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, bringing you another episode of BSSIN in the shed. What's happening? Glad to have you guys all here. What's up? Let's see. It's Friday, as it is. Dicking around with my software here, and I've been trying to get it so that I can type in the chat window like it seems like you should be able to for weeks. Right, you guys always hear me bitching about this, but I think I just found out why it's not working. It's not supposed to fucking work. It looks like it should work, but then you click it and a message comes up and says you can't do that here. And so I realized that I've been trying all this time to do something that wasn't going to work anyway, so I should have just done what I was doing and left it at that. But, hey, mystery solved. But I hope everybody's week treated them well. I gotta say, mine was pretty alright. If you're on my Insta, I got rid of my car. My beautiful Skyline is off to a new owner somewhere out there. And I do miss that car already. It was a nice car. It was nice and fast, I'll tell you. Not a lot of places around here where you can safely open it up. But I will say I, at one point, did have it up to 130, and that was pretty fun. And I ran out of road, so I had to slow down. So just know when you're doing 130, the road doesn't go nearly as far as it seems like when you're doing 60. Who knew? I wouldn't try to ever get the car that I'm driving now, the Element. I just went over to the Element. I say went back, but I guess I got the G first. But I went over to the Element for now because it's all paid off, so I can just pocket the money that I was spending on that damn Skyline. And then I can put it into the Element to make that a stomping, romping machine so that it can serve me well on my prospecting journeys this year. So once the shed fund is done and paid off, we're going to start an Element fund. And if you want to put money towards my Element upgrades and fixes, that's where it's at. The one thing I definitely have to get fixed before summertime is the AC. Apparently the compressor went out at the end of last summer, and luckily it was at the end of summer, so I didn't need it anymore. But that time is getting here pretty quick. And I don't want to be stuck out there in 100+ degree weather without an AC. Oh, man. It's too hot for me to be sweating like that. Well, Sky Warrior, just tell them you're in the shed. You're like, I can't be fucked with. I'm in the shed. Let them know that you got more important things to be doing. Yep. Safety meetings. If you haven't already, make sure you're buckled in and everything is safe where you're at. I know I'm pretty safe right now. I feel very safe right now. But I may get a little bit safer here momentarily. We'll see how things go. Oh, let's see, what else? What else is going on? Well, I was trying to make some more toolboxes. I went down to the plastic shop and got a whole bunch of platform blanks. I got 20 of them. So I got plenty of these to make the platforms with. I built up a jig after the last batch. Wondering what happened to this behind me. And I was able to really dial in this cut. This cut's a tough one without some sort of router rig. And the hole cutter that I had before doesn't do much good when you get to about, right about here. Because then the whole thing wants to start flexing, right? It wants to start moving in there. And then your circle isn't quite a circle anymore. So I had to make something different so it would be more stable, so the circle stayed a circle. So I made a little jig thingamabobber here, and that's a pretty round circle. So I don't have to spend a whole bunch of time cleaning up this circle and making sure it fits everything. But while I was making this hole, this little guy here, which I do with a hole saw, the bit broke on this. Broke on this. Like, this must be Ryobi or something. But, Black & Decker or some cheap shit. And although all my tools are Ryobi, I will constantly talk shit about Ryobi because fuck Ryobi. But damn it if they ain't cheap. Just picked up a pack of six batteries. That should last me for a minute. Try to put those batteries to use for other things too. I think I'm going to make a Ryobi compatible DC power for a pump, so that way I can just carry a couple Ryobi batteries with me instead of a big battery pack, and then plug them into a speed controller, which I don't know if I showed you guys last week, but I picked up this little speed controller off of the Zon. That's a little adjuster, and it's also got an on-off, momentary on-off switch. I think it just turns it off. I don't think you have to hold it to keep it off or keep it on. I hope not. But hopefully it's just a momentary press and that turns it on or turns it off. That'd be kind of cool to have that control, you know, when you're about to do a clean out and you don't want the water to continue flowing through whatever you're running water through. Anyways, I'm going to make something with that. I'm going to make it Ryobi compatible. Pretty sick. And then I'll be able to do something with that. I'd throw that hole away, Chef V. They're in my little dumpster behind me here. I don't really have any need for them. You know, I wanted to save them because it's a fair amount of material. I mean, it's like a 8-inch hole ish, 7.5, something like that. But I just don't have any need for them, so I'm tired of carrying a bunch of shit. I'm trying not to be a hoarder in this shed. I think that might have been part of my problem, is I like to acquire things. And so the other shed became sort of a hoard, and things just start falling all over me, and it's frustrating to me. I'm a terrible hoarder because I start getting pissed off at what I've done. And so I'm just tossing stuff. If I don't have an immediate or 2 project ahead need for something, it's gone. The only problem there is I never plan any projects. I just kind of do them as I go and do it all in my head. It makes all this thing the miracle that it even works. You know, I probably should. What I did actually try to do, I tried to use a few of those as spacers, I guess, fillers, when I tried to make a mold of the pan, of the brawn pan. But they float. They're closed cells, so they float, and so they didn't sink too well in the plaster that I was trying to use. And I didn't have nearly enough plaster. I should have bought at least maybe 2 or 3 times as much. But I didn't. And so that whole project was a complete failure. So I just put my pan away before I screw it up trying to do stupid things to it. And then it'd be completely screwed because it's the last one that exists. I know it's not actually the last one that exists. I know there's at least one more out there. I'd imagine maybe there's 3 more out there. Hello from the Gold Show. I'll try to keep my language kind and clean as I can if you have me projecting up. But you know how I am. But it's in California, so at least I can spark up during your show. Feel free to put me up. Make a fool out of myself at the Gold Show. Next Gold Show I go to, people will be like, "Hey, you're that dumb motherfucker." Like, yes, I am. That is me indeed. I am that dumb motherfucker. Nothing 406. You're good, man. You're in time. We're only here for 11 minutes. You know how I do in the first 11, 12, 15, 30, 60 minutes. I just bullshit. Talking about what I'm talking about. Half the time, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I just talk. I let it flow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my gold show is, I want to say next weekend. It's the 26th and 7th. Is that next weekend? How do I work a calendar on this thing? No, that's weather. Hey, there's a squirrel outside my window. I don't know. Somebody figure out the calendar thing for me. I don't do this computer stuff. Were you at that? Or you just mean my video? God, I hope I don't run into that bitch again. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to women, but that lady was a bitch. She was a crazy bitch. Don't claim her. She's not part of your team. She's crazy. Yeah, video. I feel bad because I never wound up going back and making the rest of the video about the stuff that I did do there. Because quite frankly, I didn't do shit. We got there. We made one boring ass loop around. There was one dude there that was just having like a garage sale of stuff. Most of it wasn't even prospecting related. It's just like, oh, swap meet? Let me bring all my shit. All right, whatever, dude. You know, I mean, people got to make money. You got to do what they got to do. Use whatever opportunity you can. But it just seemed weird to bring so much non-prospecting stuff to a mining rally, you know? Prospectors event. There's like headlights, rear view mirrors, and mostly car parts and shit like that. But there wasn't a whole lot otherwise going on there. Got a weird vibe off a few people there, and it's just like, maybe this part of the state's not for me. Which is a shame, because that's where a lot of the good gold's at. But I'll just not, you know, interact with people that are shady like that. Oh, if I see her at a show again, I'll be super nice, but loudly offensive. I'll be go, oh, hey, it's Crystal Karen. Hey, girl, how you doing? Have you violated anybody's, like, racial boundaries lately? Man. I may say exactly that. Hey, you crazy bitch. Racist much? She was crazy, man. Like I said in the video, people are going to think what people are going to think. They're going to have their notions, ignorant or otherwise. But don't bring them out in the open in public, because then everybody knows. Then you let everybody know. Be a racist at home, at your meeting, you know, with your group. Don't bring it to a public event that has nothing to do with your sheets and cross burnings. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You know? I know there's a lot of that. Yeah, fuck her speech. That's my freedom of speech, is fuck her speech. It goes both ways. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of I gotta stand around and listen to that shit. But you know what? Not everybody deserves that. Some people just need to know when to shut the fuck up. That's what we should have. Freedom of shut. I guess we do have freedom to shut the fuck up, because that's like the Fifth Amendment, right? Freedom, the right to be silent, to not incriminate your. That's what I'm saying. Some people should not exercise their First Amendment, and rather they should exercise their Fifth Amendment. I'm all for amendments, but people got to know the right time to use them. Everybody has that right, but like I say, people should know when not to say what they shouldn't be saying when it's hate speech, and nobody has the right to that. So freedom of speech has its limits. It doesn't mean you can just pop off any bullshit you want. And she crossed those lines. No soldier ever fought for her right to be a racist. Don't get that twisted. To be exclusionary. I don't know, man. I'm just popping off. That's right. Very true, Carl. The Second Amendment is the one that protects all the others. That's why it was the second one. Freedom of speech, and then freedom to defend yourself from a corrupt government. Don't get that twisted. Our Second Amendment has nothing to do with hunting. So if you ever get in a conversation, or an argument rather, about the second, don't bring hunting into it. Nobody gives a fuck about it. You don't need to hunt. We have grocery stores. It is to defend yourself against a corrupt government and a corrupt police force who tries to oppress you against the will of the people. Right on, Donna. Do it. Like that shit. I'm sorry. I don't like getting all... Well, I guess not really politically. That's more national... I don't want to say nationalist or nationalism or anything like that, but I think that has its own connotations. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna be an American and fight for American morals and ideals, and just make sure you know what the fuck they are, That's all I got. Take my words for what you will. I'm sitting here smoking a joint, so maybe I'm not the best influencer myself either. L's prospecting. Well, welcome. No, and you're absolutely right, 406, and that's why I say everybody has their opinions. I have mine, you have yours, they have theirs, she has hers. They have, everybody is they think what they think based on their experiences in life. But there are certain subjects and specific ideologies that if you have them, they're not ones that you should be spouting out to strangers in public. You know what I'm saying? But L's prospecting, welcome. Yeah, we're going to do a little pan-tiffering and stuff. What I was actually wanting to do, because I liked the look of it, I saved some of the bigger pieces of the Belmont pay dirt that I got. And I'd had the idea for a bit that I want to crush it up. So tonight, if I hurry up and quit babbling about fucking amendment rights and shit like that, I'm going to crush some rock with my rock crusher. Hopefully, is Philip here? There he is. Philip's here. What's going on, Philip? And the rock crusher is made possible because Philip sent me a fucking die grinder for it. Is it sativa? Fuck, I don't know, dude. They always ask me, hey, do you like sativa or indica? I was like, dude, it doesn't matter. Give me what's good. Sativa, it better get me high. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't worry about it putting me to sleep. It ain't gonna do that. It just better taste good. I guess the sweeter stuff tends to be more on the sativa side, so I guess I lean towards that or towards hybrids. You're right, it could get louder, and I probably should have brought some earbuds or something. Oh, hell yeah, right on, Donna. Thank you so much for your tippity-tip-tip. Once it comes up on my events thing here, I can make my little... the little zombie guy. He's my favorite. What's up, Mike? Welcome. Welcome, everybody else. If I haven't already said welcome, welcome. I often go on tangents, and I think that's probably why you guys tune in to me, but... see, now I lost my train of thought. Let's crush some rock, because I want to run it. Let's check this shit out. Let's go to this camera. let's get it on. My thing right there. So what we got here is the old rock crusher. Got it from Chris on Mine a little whiles back. Oh, I'm looking at this camera. That camera. Watch your fingers. This thing will crush your fingers. And my joint has gone out, so I'm going to set it down while I'm trying to explain. Wear eye protection, wear ear protection. And I should have done that because I already got tinnitus. Shit's already going to be ringing by the time we're done here. Maybe I can stuff some paper towels up in there. Luckily, I don't have to listen to anybody's conversation, so if I can't hear you guys, it's okay. Well, what's going on, Michael? What's happening with your videos? Why do you feel that you're failing? Where are you failing? Maybe these good people here can give you some suggestions. Because, surprisingly enough, a couple people here make videos. Oh, yeah, that'll screw up a video real good. I found that it's good to have a monitor screen going somewhere so that you know that it's still going, that you're still on. I've definitely had a few times where the battery dies and I don't notice. And then I wind up missing like a whole segment of video because I keep going because I didn't notice. And then I go back to editing and I'm like, oh crap, I only have like half of what happened here. So you just got to watch for that. If you're doing longer videos, it might make sense to get a camera that's meant to do longer videos or something that you can hook up to power. But anyways, on the crusher side of things, we got this Ryobi. Goddamn Ryobi. I'm stuck now. I'm in their ecosystem. It's like I'm an Apple user. I can't get away from it at this point. But this one actually has lasted a lot longer than the original one that I got. The first one I got was their brand new updated brushless one. It was like twice as much. And I thought, well, shit, if I get the really good one, then it should last twice as long. Absolutely not. I blew it out in like the second use, just crushing lava. I may have overloaded it because I was still trying to figure out how it works, but what can you do? What can you say? Well, the only place you really need to be careful of is right here. And I've caught myself really close at times, and I like realize where I'm at, and I'm like, oh shit, man, my hand's like right here trying to hold the thing, and that's where your fingers are going to get eaten up. They're going to get whipped around that thing and razored off by the edge of these, and it's just not going to be very fun for the person who gets stuck there. So you just got to be careful of that. You got to be mindful. Like with anything in life, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. You can't be screwing around while you're screwing around. You know, eat your Wheaties, take your vitamins, do steroids. Oh wait, that's just Hogan. So the key to these things is not to overload them. You don't want to throw a pound of rock in there and fill it all the way up and think that you're gonna burn out your motor real quick. So you just take a little bit. Now I did a little crushing earlier. I figure my target point is going to be about 10 mesh. Sorry, 10 mesh. Anything above 10 mesh is going back in the crusher. I could hold it in the vise. That's probably pretty smart. But I don't have a vise, so... Well, I mean, I have vices, I just don't have a vise. Maybe I should get one. Replace my vices with a vise. Now you only want to do about a handful at a time. Try to go too much bigger than that. Now, I don't know if there's even going to be any gold in this. There's just a couple nice decomposing rocks in there, some granite, and I figured maybe there might be a little sample of a little something in there that didn't get caught up. Unfortunately, these things are never airtight. So a little bit of dust is going to get out of it. What can you do? Now, even though it's above 10, that still has mashed that up really, really good. There you go. Put this through one more time, and I think that'll probably be small enough. Anything that's going to be anything. Be in the little bowl. All right. Remember, with these things, you got to use the high ampere batteries. You can't get away with the little 2 amp batteries. Those don't work. All right. It'll crush the rest of that later. There we go. A little crushy crush going there. You see, you just got a little bit, a handful at a time. Boom, crush it, sift it, crush it, sift it. You'll get there. You know. Try to do too much, you break things, and then it takes, you know, multiple times longer because now your tools are broken because you overloaded them. So. Highlighted in black so you can't see them? I don't think you can do that unless you can use black for your moderators. That's the only way I think you can do that. Thank you, Weezin. Absolutely. If you're enjoying the show and you haven't already gave it the thumbs up, go do that. While you're doing that, don't forget up at the top of the chat, there's a link to a giveaway video at the end of this. Whatever gold we find in here, and it was going to somebody in some sloppy seconds, so don't forget to leave your name up there. That's always a good time. But I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like, let's crush this up. Or it's already crushed up. Let's wet it up. Let's get the sluice going. Let's see if we found any gold in here. If there's not, I got a little cup of the old trusty roaring camp ready to go. But let's do this. Let's go over to the sluice cam. No. No. What's going on with my sluice cam, man? Oh no, I just broke my mount. God damn it. Stupid fucking thing. What did I do to show off my muscles? Breaking my mount? Well, I mean, it's 3D printed, so it's not too hard. But damn it. Can't show you guys the sluice if that fucking camera goes down. Alright. So that's the problem I have with that camera. It tends to do shit like this. And that's why I had to stop using it for work. So every time I do, like in the mornings it would work, in the afternoon it wouldn't. So it's like, damn it, can't rely on the thing. And it does just that. It was working a minute ago, and now it only wants to show in black. So my boss thinks I'm drinking all day, and that's why I'm not on the camera during our meetings in the afternoon. But I swear it's not that. Every time. Let's turn this down just a hair. Green mat for St. Patrick's Day. How do you like that? Alright, like I was saying, go make sure you hit the button on the thing. If you're not a subscriber, I don't know why you wound up here, but what's up? Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my future shit. If you're completely tickled and you want to give me money, I like money. I like that a lot. Feel free. You can either bribe me here in the chat, or you can become a Patreon by going over to the Patreon page and signing up. And I'll give you stuff. I won't say what, because it's a secret. Oh, this is going to be filthy. So I don't usually crush up the larger rocks from most pay dirt sellers, because most pay dirt sellers, they're not running a mine, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to run their dirt, because the gold that you're going to find in it has already been found. So, but if they do have a mine, sometimes it makes sense to crush up the bigger rocks and see if there's a little bit more gold in there. Or if, you know, the dirt kind of, I'm in the wrong spot, god damn it. If the dirt kind of has that look to it, and you just get a feeling of it, you know, give it a shot. So it's good to have those little crushers, but I don't know. It really depends on what kind of material you wind up having. Because if you don't have good material constantly enough to justify how the cost of that, well, it's hard to justify the cost of that. Shit, I'm the dark side? Yeah, I'll take it. Gotta say, this dusty dust does not look great. Okay. It's like mush. Something's smelling super plasticky out here. Figure out what it is. Oh, it's the header boxes. Still a little bit off gassing. their resin. Or maybe it's the catalyst. I don't know. I made it work, but I don't think I'm going to use that method again. I'm going back to the original. But a modified. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'm stoned. So I just assumed you did. Yeah, it kind of does look like oatmeal or malto meal, like a chocolatey oatmeal or something. I know malto meal is not oatmeal, but it's malt milk. But it looks like a melted Frosty from Wendy's. Hell yeah! Do you still have a job though, Chef? Chief? It's always best when you can tell your boss off and you still have a job after doing so. Usually you can only have those truly candid moments with the boss when you're on your way out the door. It's like, by the way, boss, you're a fucking moron and I've always hated you and I banged your wife 3 times. See ya! That was just a situational joke. I'm not banging my boss's wife. Any of my bosses at any point in time. Oh, that sucks, Sky. Well, hopefully it's fast. But he knows that, right? So as long as he knows that, then you're okay. The problem is when they start thinking that they run the joint and that you're just dead weight, and they get rid of you, and they realize how much shit you were doing. They get more worried about you pointing out the problems than the fact that they have all these problems. All right. Well, that was that. Let's kill this flow. Yeah, I don't know, man. Smelling kind of skunky. These young fools, they work on their 6-pack abs. Shit, I'm already working on my keg. Get wrecked. Oh shit, yeah. I don't know if you guys can see them. Well, there's one piece right there. There's one piece right there. There's one piece right there. There's a couple little ones right there. ironically, there's more here than there was in that shit that I did last weekend. God damn it. But this isn't enough to be called anything. So let's run that roaring camp and do a proper cleanup. Maybe relight my joint. Is it Ted's night tonight? Have we predestined him to be our GAW winner? I'll be careful. I don't want to lose any of Ted's gold. Got that dad body. Oh, get the salt piece. Maybe. So I didn't get to tell you guys my solar panel debacle. As I mentioned before, I'm trying to add solar to this shed, right? Need some juice. And so I order all the parts. I got most of the stuff here. I'm just waiting on the battery and the solar panel. So I placed the order like a week ago. And the order's just been sitting there for days. Finally, yesterday the guy comes back and he's like, oh yeah, I see you ordered just one panel. Yeah, we don't ship one panel. Even though I paid shipping for the one panel and it specifically differentiated. And so they wound up canceling my order. So now I gotta go back and search again for another damn panel. Unfortunately, not a lot of solar places here in Washington, because, you know, it's Washington. And most of the time, they don't have 400 freaking 400 watt panels. So I wanted to do just a single panel. So I had a 455 watter on the way. Round is the shape. All right. Let's try this again. See if the gods of the sluice are going to be kind to us. Oh, yeah, I did see a piece. Look at that. Big old chunker. Well, I mean, for a flake. a little higher. That way you guys can get a better view. I haven't even gotten to the pain in the ass part, the installation. That's going to be the worst. I don't know. I might just put the solar panels on the ground, not on the ground, but on a stand or something. I mean, I have the stand, but it also can be mounted to the wall. So I might just put it on the side of the shed, not on the roof. I think the roof is a little bit too shaded. Too shady. All right. Sort of roly-poly in there. A couple nice pieces in there. I don't know if you can see them. But there's definitely a few nice pieces in here. And there's a couple little itty bitty flakes in there as well. So let's get these suckered up. Go already in the snuffer. Good. Little flowery pieces here as well. And then always back pan the back pan. A really loud rock. See if it's just like a heavy, like an iron heavy rock, or if it's a piece of gold. We're good. All right, so let's see what we can see. Let's see what we wound up getting. Another announcement I wanted to make. If you happen to want to be sending me something, make sure you don't send to my post box. I discontinued it. There's a new address on my infos, on the video infos. If you want to send stuff to me, be sent to there. Yeah, you gotta pan out your cons, man. How will you ever know? Right. All right. We'll let that cool down. I'm gonna hop back over here to the other camera. What's up? Big Daddy's back. Gold's down? Ah, damn. Get it while it's down or up. Who knows? Maybe it's at its all-time high for the next 5 years. Then it's gonna dump down to 1,200. Crossing my fingers. I hope it does, only because then I can get more of it before it goes back up. Buy the dip, as they would say. Yeah, dabbing in herbs. Throw a little keef on top of that to sugar it up. Mmm, good to go. Yeah, I have a little bucket that I put my to-do pay dirts in there as well. And sometimes it gets too full and it's like, I got nowhere to put this other 10 pounds of dirt. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Brad. But all right, that should be cooled down a little bit now. So we'll bring it back over this way. We'll weigh it out. See what we wind up with. This camera. I just need to buy another camera. I did, but thing's a piece of shit. So you do. Find where the light's not too glaring on it. There we go. You guys can see that all right. Yeah, you can see it perfect. You can see it better than I do. Shit. Ooh, that cup is still hot. We'll let that chill for a minute. While that's happening, I'll chill for a minute. A 2-ounce joint? Jesus, that's too much. You're going to be burning away so much weed between hits. Well, you know what? If you're burning a 2-ounce joint, that's probably not your concern. You probably got pounds. Yeah, this scale is much, much better. It doesn't kill the battery, and it's a rechargeable, so I don't even need to buy batteries for it. I just plug it in. Haven't had to yet, but if I do, it's not a big deal. If you're going to smoke a 2-ounce joint, you're going to need like 30 people there with you. Because your lungs are going to say, fuck you, way before you even get halfway through that shit. You're going to hurt yourself. That's what's going to happen. All right, let's find us some gold. Lots of little flowery pieces. Couple little chunky chunks. .055. 56. So about a half of a tenth. You know what? I'll throw a little something extra in there too. There's a tenth of a gram. It's going to go in today's sloppy seconds. A little cup of love. To which I'll add the cruelest thing. Jelly beans. Little jelly bean gems in there. Nah, Snoop doesn't even smoke that much to his dome, man. Snoop smokes like blunts, but they're metered out, you know? He doesn't roll 2 pounders or 2 ounces. That's crazy. Motherfucker's gonna hurt themselves. Well, like I say though, I mean, if you have enough people, anything is possible. I seen these people that are going for the world record dab, and I think they dabbed about 2 ounces of oil, and hash, and keef, and more oil. Oh shit. Scary. I can't break a bucket. These are like $3 a piece. Anyways. Yeah, Snoop only weighs 2 ounces, man. Gonna hurt that man. That's right, though. He'd hire somebody to hold it for him. You know, I never think about it until after I pour the dirt in. Then I think, man, I wish I wrote on the bag before I dumped the dirt in. There you go. A little sloppy seconds. Where's my pin? Oh, here it is. Sloppy seconds. Dig Daddy. 3, what is it, the 18th? 1822. Written like shit because I ran out of room. Whatever. Motherfucker's gonna tear the bag up and can it out anyways. Get that gold. Here, let's switch over to the other cam again. A little more flattering of an angle. Boom! Sloppy seconds. What do you know about that? So I hope you liked the video. Hope you had a good time here this evening. In addition to that, I hope you clicked the link that was above my chat window here and you left a comment on that video. If you haven't, go do that. Get your ass over, do the thing. Otherwise, you're not getting nothing out of this other than, you know, having hung out. But make sure you do that if you want to get in on the Sloppy Seconds giveaway. That's going to happen here momentarily. And there you go. That's a lot of dabs, man. That's a lot. I was doing, all right, yeah, it was about 2.5 grams per week. And that just burned me out, man. That was too much. So I went back to joints. Yeah, doing all right. All right. Absolutely, Michael. Good to have had you. Glad to have everybody here. If I haven't shown my appreciation, then let me do that now. Thank you. Oh, wrong camera. There we go. So, like I said, if you haven't already, put your comment on the video. You're too damn slow because I'm about to pick somebody. Now, Banshee Mining won last week, so unfortunately, Julie, you are out. But I do hope you have an awesome time there at that gold show. And I'll be going to mine next week. I don't have a booth or anything, but I'll be hanging out. And hopefully there'll be a lot of pay dirt there for me to get in on. I'm going to take my boy out there. Have us a good time. All right. We got the duplicates filtered out. Let's get us some comments. We got 35 comments. And You know what? I'm going to go with that. I'll hit it one more time. Hit it and quit it. All right. Let's get a winner. And this week's winner is Mr. Minix. Congratulations. Good luck, everybody. Well, you know what? This week, the luck is yours. So, since I don't have your address, I'm going to need that. So make sure to send that over to me, digdaddy@backyardprospecting.com. Once again, congratulations on your win. And I hope you enjoy this dirt. And but yeah, I need your address so I can send it to you first. There you go. If you're in the U.S., sweet. If you're not, well, we'll work that out. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys this week. I hope you all had a good time. My ranting wasn't too off-putting, but you know, that's what I do. Get stoned and ramble on. Yeah, you don't want to grow for anybody. You want to grow for yourself. That's no good. We used to be able to grow here in Washington when you with medical, and I think if you have a medical, you can still grow. But the catch is there's not really anywhere to get plants from anymore, because at first we had the stores where you could just pick clones up and it was all good. Then those all went away. So what can you do? I guess you got to find a friend who's growing, but who wants to give up their good strains, and then they can't sell it to you. But I wouldn't even bother trying to grow myself. I'd wind up screwing it up, and the weed wouldn't be nearly as good as I'd like it to be if I just bought it from the store to begin with. All right, well, I'm going to check out here. I got to cut up some sushi for the boy and get to dinner in. But I will check you guys out this weekend, or you guys check me out this weekend with my pay dirt review, whatever I wind up pulling out of the box. And I'll see you again next week, next Monday, or next Friday for more BSing in the shed. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week ahead of you. Peace.